Hey guys, it's Vanessa from Snugglebugreborns. I am doing the second video of painting Lucas. I'm hoping having the camera like this lets you guys, helps you guys to see what I'm doing a little bit better. Here he is, and I think the lighting in here is a little better too. So we've done all the shading layers. Sometimes I do a little bit more, but this is what I'm doing on him. I'm wanting to make him look like he has a little bit warmer skin tone. So first it's just eyelid purple, and I already have it mixed up in here for my mottling. I have to add a little thinner. I might have added a little too much thinner, I don't know. Okay, and then my sponges, I made these sponges and I washed these sponges before I used them. I wasn't sure if these ones were, had any oils in them or anything, but I made these sponges by myself by just grabbing tweezers and plucking little spots out of them. They're really easy to do. You can do them on your own. You don't need to buy them. I think they're super easy to do. So anyways, I have 3 different ones. And how I do it is I take one of my sponges, get a little paint on the brush, and I dab it on the sponge. I don't soak the sponge, but I get paint on there. Then I dab it on my paper towel. Here, I'll bring it over here. And I get it to about looking like that. So I know that it's not full like this one up here. So for the face, I don't really do a whole lot on the actual face part with the mottling, but on the head and stuff I do. And I don't push super hard. And I'm just kind of going all over and turning my sponge so it's not it doesn't look all weird. This actually might be too much color. I might have to put more thinner in. I don't know. I'll see when it dries and go from there. Because you want these layers to be really, really thin. To almost barely see it when it's baked and everything. Because this is like an under layer. So I am doing some on the cheeks, a little tiny bit. But this is what it looks like. It looks very dramatic right now. Once it dries, it will not look as dramatic. Okay, now a leg. I do on top of the foot. I don't do the bottoms of the feet. And I didn't put more paint on my sponge because it still has a lot of paint on it. So leg. And I try to not go over the same spot 2 times. Because we're not wanting to blend this. We're wanting it to just stamp on pretty much. And I'm turning my sponge so it's not like a uniform stamp. Okay, an arm, and I will do the other arm, and then I will go bake. And I bake at 265 for 8 minutes. And remember, don't let any of the parts touch each other in the oven. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, I'm back already. I forgot to do lip color. Every time I do a mottling layer, I do a super thin lip color. And right now I'm using my blushing color for the lips. I'm trying to do it so you guys can see what I'm doing. Or sometimes I'll just do like this, like lip liner almost. Kind of like that, and then I don't know if you can see that. And then I'll bake it like that. And then I also forgot about the belly plate again. Okay. Okay, the belly plate. I keep forgetting about the belly plate every single time. Okay, so there is still paint on my sponge, so I'm gonna go through and do the mottling all over this entire thing, turning my sponge as I go. Okay, now we let dry and bake. Hey guys, I'm back. So he has been baked and cooled. I should have done that first mottling layer a little bit, put a little bit more thinner in my paint, but it is what it is, and it will get covered up. It won't look as dramatic after we get more layers of paint on. So next layer I do is this like reddish, it's lip blush and nail, and I think I have a little bit of warm blush in there. I don't remember, but so I start with one of my other sponges. I have 3, so I'm doing a different one this time. So get this really, really thin. I don't know if you can see how like thin that is, because we don't want it super dramatic. Unless some people do like really dramatic mottling. That's totally fine if you do. And then I'm gonna dab this a little, it's almost perfect, and go through again with this. I think it almost needs to be a little bit thinner actually. So more paint thinner goes in. I'm trying to remember to keep everything I'm doing in the camera. Okay, actually I'm gonna dab this all off. I'm gonna try to. Okay, now I'm gonna put more on there. Dab it another time to make sure it's good. Okay. I am going on the cheeks kind of with this color, but sometimes I kind of pounce around on the cheeks a little with this one. And then just all over. Okay. He won't look as dramatic once it's dried. Okay, now an arm. And a leg. Okay, whoa, I almost dropped that. Okay, I am going to do the other arm and leg and bake this layer and be back. Okay, so 2 first mottling layers done, on to the third now. I use this magenta color. And I'm using a different one of my mottling sponges. Okay, leg done. Get a little more paint on my sponge, just a little bit. I don't want a whole lot. Okay, now I'm gonna bake and I will be back. Okay, I'm back and I had to do a voiceover on this part because my kids were being kind of loud. So now we've done the mottling layers. Now I'm doing a purple 06, I think. Purple 06 or 04. They're very similar, but doing that wash on the whole kit. So painting it on with the brush, and then I'll be pouncing it off with my sponge. And you'll see me kind of dabbing my sponge on the paper towel. That's just to get the excess like paint that the sponge is soaked up off, and then continue to pounce my sponge all over. And then after I do pouncing with the sponge, I go over it with the brush, especially on the creases, like the ears, eyes, the mouth area, to get all the paint out of the creases. And then I also use my brush like on the feet and hands really good to get the paint out of the creases on the feet and hands. Right here I'm finishing up the limbs, and then I will bake, and I will have another video up next Friday. I hope you guys enjoy watching. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments or feel free to message me also. Thanks for watching.